Hello everyone, I'm Mom from Millennial and Mom, and today's video is the kickoff special for Little Women Atlanta Season 6. Now, if you all watched the show previously, or if you're new to the show, they had a tragedy with one of the cast members, with Ashley Minnie Ross, who died tragically in a car accident in April of 2020. Now, this came to a blow to the Little Women cast and to those of us who watch the show on a regular basis, because it was untimely and it was really sad to hear the news and to go through that whole process. But before the kickoff special began, the Little Women cast paid a tribute to Miss Minnie, and let me read to you what they said. So much has changed since we began filming this season of Little Women Atlanta, begins Miss Juicy. We lost our sister Minnie in a tragic accident, and our lives will never be the same. Our hearts are broken and we want to honor her respectfully. It is our hope that you can follow our journey this season as we face these difficult challenges together and celebrate the friendship and sisterhood we forged with Minnie. We love you, Minnie. And you know, with that tribute, that was very nice. It was very emotional. It was very heartfelt. And I know it had to have been really hard because as we see in the kickoff special, Miss Minnie is also there recording it, which means they did hold off on taping or the premiere of the show because of the unfortunate events of Miss Minnie's death. So we start off with Miss Tara Jolie, who's also from Little Women LA, who's actually hosting the show. And first up, we see what's going on in her life now in upcoming season is Miss Juicy, baby. Did I get that right? Did I need to be Miss Juicy, Miss Juicy? But anyway, Miss Juicy's on the show, and we find out that she has a new sunglass line coming out. She's still the queen of Atlanta, boo. She's still the queen of Atlanta, doing her own thing, still managing artists, still everything she's doing in her management company, all that stuff, which is great and fine. But also, we get to look back on seasons 1 through 5 and see all the mess, all the drama that jumped off. Now, I forgot about some of the drama. I knew about the drama with actually Miss Minnie and her mom, the famous chicken wing fiasco. You know, the chicken wing actually and the ranch. But we see scenes with Miss Juicy and Money getting into it, with Money throw water on her. But you know, Money is a little bit of a hothead herself. Miss Abira, who is also a hothead. The twins, just everybody's like, who didn't you get into it with Miss Juicy? But you know, on the upcoming season, it looks like that they're going to be into even more things together, more drama as far as the music producing is coming through, because apparently Miss Juicy has dropped Left Cheek, Right Cheek, Emily and Bree. They're no longer on her label. They are back in Houston, that we learned, or Dallas, or wherever they are, somewhere in Texas, doing their own thing. So that topic actually comes up along the way as time goes on too. Then I might be out of order, but that's okay. They were all appeared on the show. We have the tiny twins, Andrea and Amanda. We learned that Andrea, her 3 kids, wow, they're getting big now. Like she said, Andre is about to be 7. Aubrey is about to be 3. And the baby Anaya 2. But we also learned that Anaya, the baby of the kids, she's having surgeries for the health issues that she's having. But otherwise, she said all the kids are good. So Tara asked her, well, what about Chris? Are you still together with Chris? Are you still rapping? You still in the music career? Yeah, she's still rapping with her sister, and she's still in the music career. They want to pursue other things. But as far as Chris goes, they're together, but they're not together. You know, that's been a back and forth kind of thing. And even you see clips of her in previous season, actually last season, with her parents, because she was supposed to have a double wedding with her sister Amanda. That never took place. Her mom and her dad was like, kind of like, you know, if he's giving you all these problems, if y'all are back and forth arguing, what do you want to be together with him for? But you know what? Andrea is, I don't know, she kind of does her own thing. She knows what's good for her, but she's so into Chris, in my opinion, and she's got those 3 kids. It's kind of like, you know, I want to be with Chris and I don't want to be with no one else. But Chris has a cheating history, so who knows where that's going to go. And then we see Amanda. Amanda is happily married to Jordan, and they're still going strong. And she said that, you know, in the beginning, she was afraid of how his family would accept her because she's little. But she said they accepted her fine, accept her sister fine, and everything's going good. And then later on, they talk about the actual music career together. And the sisters were saying, especially Amanda, she's like, you know what? She doesn't know this, meaning Andrea, that I want to continue rapping, but I want to do it my own way. I want to do my own thing. And they both get emotional. And this is the first time I think that Andrea really thought that, wow, I'm gonna do something separate from my sister. But Amanda's like, you know, eventually we have to go on with ourselves in life. Like, I'm married, you have your kids, and I just want to do something for me now. And then Tara was like, well, yeah, Andrea, she kind of did wait for you through all your pregnancies. And, you know, that's true, she did. Like, she still stuck around, she still waited, put it on the back burner for when she was pregnant, stuff like that. And then they bring out the husbands. And the husbands are supportive, of course. And Chris, I don't know, he gives me a vibe of, I'm just here for the show, not necessarily here for Andrea. I think he's there for the kids and dedicated to her. But, you know, again, like even Andrea talks about how they have trust issues. And I can see why, because he stepped out on her before and left her with the kids many times, whether it be for other women she's found out, work, or something else that was considered shady. And we also learned that Amanda and Jordan have been trying to have a baby, but Amanda doesn't think she could have one right now because she has health issues going on. She mentioned something like her thyroid, and you know, they talk about if she can't have one, they would consider adoption. And Jordan gets very emotional. And you know what? I have always liked Jordan. Jordan said that it doesn't matter what people think. He loves Amanda. He doesn't see her status as a little person, nothing like that. He loves her for who she is. And he also wants children, and he will support her if she can't have any. So then Tara said to Chris and Andrea, you know, so since y'all didn't have that double wedding with your sister, I'm a licensed officiant, like I could get you married right now. And they were like, really? Andrea was like, yeah, I mean, I guess. And she was like, well, what do you think, Chris? And Chris was like, yeah, I guess too. Yeah, like, yeah, I'll do it. And Amanda was like, no, you don't need to do that right now. Like, that's not what you need to do. Like, we need the family there, you know, put together, right, stuff like that. And then Andrea was like, yeah, okay. I think Amanda's like the stronger one of the sisters. And so they decide, like, not right now. And then Tara was like, well, if you ever do, let me know. But looking back on their seasons about their rap career, especially last season with Left Cheek, Right Cheek and Bree, there was a lot of back and forth. You know, they were saying how like they think that Left Cheek and Right Cheek was jealous of them because how their music career was going on. And like, you know, Emily, she thinks that she's better than everyone else because, you know, she inherited some money and she like pay her way through the industry and stuff like that. And it just wasn't a good look. And then they also bring up Abira, how, you know, they had conflict with Abira too. It's like, how do you have conflict with Abira? Aren't y'all still signed to Minnie's label at the same time? But anyways, we'll see how that goes on as the season progresses. Okay, so next up is Money. Now, we haven't seen Money in a season or two because Money decided that she was moving to Houston to be with her son, D2. Now, D2 is probably around 13 years old now, and her ex-boyfriend or whoever they were, I'm not sure if they were married, he has custody of him. And Money thought that D2 would have been better up in Atlanta with her and Moreland, but that didn't work out. Now, speaking of Moreland and Money ended up getting married a season or two ago. And it was a really nice wedding. And apparently Money acted like, in my opinion, like she didn't know, you know, she was going to get proposed to, but she had been talking about getting married. And when he finally proposed, she was thrown off. And you know what? It was actually a beautiful, beautiful wedding. I was so happy for them. But we learned that Moni and Moreland are separated. So turns out there's been some type of scandal going on too with Moreland. He's been stepping out on Money, but she gets really emotional too. This was a really emotional episode when it came to the kickoff, whether it be about Minnie or just what's going on in the ladies' lives individually. But Money was like, you know, she wants to be married. She wants to save her marriage. She will do whatever it takes. And maybe moving back to Atlanta will help that because she's trying to pursue whatever career she can get to go forward because, you know, she wants to try to get into the music business too, which is new. But she was like, hey, if they could do it, I could do it too. But she was hoping that Moreland, who hasn't decided yet if he's moving to Atlanta, she doesn't know if he's on the same level with her right now or not. But whatever happens with that, I hope it works out for her. Money, I look forward to seeing your journey coming back to the ATL. All right, back on the couch is Abira, Miss V, or Little Vicious. We learned that Abira is no longer the ATL. She's also going to be moving back too. She said that she had to move to Florida because she ran into little financial things or whatever was going on. So whatever happened in her life, that she had to move to Florida to be with her mom. But Abira let us know that she was also at the BET Hip Hop Awards. I'm like, okay, Abira, you was on the come up. Looking back on her seasons, it seems like every season she's been on, I think she's been on for at least 3 seasons. She just got into it with everybody for every reason, for anything you can imagine. The Tiny Twins, Minnie, Juicy, I think Money, the first season she was on, the cheeks, left cheek, right cheek, whoever came her way, she had a problem with, it seemed like. But I think Abira is trying to make her way into the group, into the cast, and try to make a name for herself. Now, one of the things that Tara asked her, are you still with Bumpman? Now, we learn about Bumpman, who's also a little person rapper out of ATL, I guess. But Bumpman had some bops. I mean, he was getting it rapping. I was like, okay, Bumpman, I see you. He had some bops. But Abira said that her and Bumpman, they weren't together. Like, he didn't do enough to get some of these cookies. I was like, okay. But you was on his lap many a time in many episodes. So I guess it's your story. You tell it how you want to. But anyways, Abira said that she's still up to collab with whoever want to collab with her, not necessarily the Tiny Twins, because, you know, she thinks they're jealous of her, and the Cheeks are jealous, or, you know, they just want to be her, but they can't be her because she got her own thing, and she's too lit, or she's too whatever for them. You know, they're just not on the same level for Miss Abira. But we'll see when she moves back to Atlanta who she really collabs with and goes further with, because in seasons past, one of the music industry owners wanted them meaning her and the Tiny Twins, to get on a track together to see how that goes to collab. So we'll see. Now we have Minnie. Now this whole scene and all the scenes on the kickoff and as the show progresses will be bittersweet to see Minnie in all her scenes, because unfortunately her tragic passing in 2020. Minnie comes out and sits on the couch with Tara, and it's actually a scene with Juicy, Miss Juicy baby, and they talk about their rocky relationship going back and forth. And you know what? During the taping, you can just feel the tension in the room. Miss Juicy and Miss Minnie always had this tension. Now, I don't know if it really stemmed from back when the Wingate happened and stuff like that, but it just wasn't a good vibe with that, because Miss Juicy feels and have felt that Miss Minnie wanted to be her as far as trying to get into the radio industry, start her own podcast, getting into the music and managing artists, stuff like that. And Miss Juicy was thinking, like, why she can't do things on her own? Like, how come she got to do everything I do? She wants to do too. And Miss Juicy was like, that's not true. I've always wanted to get into music since I was in high school. So this is not about you, boo. Nothing is about you. I do everything on my own. I'm not jealous of you. Matter of fact, I got a wig line coming out, stuff like that. So, you know, to see those scenes play out now, again, like I said, is bittersweet. And we see the scenes of them with the seasons past going back, arguing, carrying on, which now is pretty much irrelevant. But when we see Miss Minnie sitting by herself, talking with Tara about what was going on in her life before the season taped, we see that she had health issues, which we recognize that she had previously in other seasons, because she mentioned it, that she had congestive heart failure, fluid on the lungs, things like that. So she was having a really hard time. And then again, she was talking about her wig line, and also too, just everything that she had encountered as time has gone on. To watch these scenes play out and to see the direction her life was going, very positive, and her meeting someone and being engaged and just getting her health together, her life together, it's going to be a little hard to watch, because she was so happy with what she was doing and how she was getting there and just the steps she was taking. And I know this season with her will be a season to remember. All right, now, so after they talk to the ladies individually. They bring them all back together. And I'm thinking, Lord, why did they do that? Because all they did, especially Abera and the Tiny Twins, was argue about who was the best at this, who's the best at that, who's the best rapper. You know, you can kiss my ass, you can kiss her ass. You know, it's not about you, it's about me, boo. Whether it be people believe in lies or not telling truths, like why'd you have to lie about being pregnant back in the day, why you have to lie about who you was with, what you were doing, going behind my back, just the whole thing in general. I mean, the ladies had a whole lot of tension, a whole lot of drama in seasons past, but you know what? I was here for that drama. I was here for it. It made for real good TV. And you know what? It kind of a little bit made you like be like team Tiny Twins, team left cheek, right cheek, team Abir. I was never personally team left cheek, right cheek, to be honest. You know, I was always with the Tiny Twins. But you know what? The Tiny Twins, they have a little bit of fire. They got a little bit of attitude. I'm here for it. And they're not going to let nobody, and I mean nobody, bring them down for any way, shape, or form. But towards the ends of the get together, you know, there was a little bit of extra tension in the room. Just a whole bunch of dynamic. But again, this will be bittersweet for everybody to watch it play out as the seasons go along. But for the upcoming Little Women Atlanta premiere, we're going to see towards the end a new cast member coming to the group, possibly. We are unfortunately going to learn about Miss Minnie's passing and how they deal with that. We're going to see topics of Black Lives Matter. I see Miss Juicy leading the cause. And see them going on different trips. It looks like a former cast member is going to be on. I saw a glimpse of Tanya. That's going to be interesting because I saw a little bit of what she was doing on Instagram. Tanya, I see you, girl. And then just everything that's going to happen with that, and maybe Amanda going to the doctor, seeing if she can or can't have babies, and maybe Andrea saying that, you know, if you can't have any, I'll have them for you. So it's going to be a little bit of everything, and I'm here for it. So thank you all for watching. This is our first season reviewing Little Women Atlanta, even though I've seen them all from season 1 through now, upcoming season 6. Millennial will be with me next time for the season 1 premiere. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Until next time, live simply, be grateful.